All right, let's dive into human capital management, or HCM. But we're going to skip the dense academic theory today. Instead, let's look at it as a practical toolkit, a set of tools designed to turn the people in your organization into a real powerhouse performance asset. And this quote from Kearns, man, it just nails it right from the get-go. This isn't about the old school administrative side of HR, the paperwork and the policies. Nope. HCM is laser focused on one thing and one thing only, driving measurable results that add real value to the business. It is all about impact. Okay, so if it's all about impact, where do you even start? Well, it all kicks off with the single most critical application of HCM, and that's creating a powerful, direct line between your people and your company's overall business strategy. This idea is rooted in something called a resource-based strategy, and the concept here is actually pretty simple, but it is so profound. Think about it. What's your company's real sustainable advantage? It's probably not your product. Someone can copy that. It's probably not your technology. That can be copied too. It's your people. Their skills, their knowledge, their culture, that's the one thing competitors simply can't replicate.
So how do you actually build that advantage? Well, this breaks it down into 4 concrete actions. It means you have to get serious about hiring better people than your rivals. You have to develop that unique knowledge that only your people have. You have to make learning a constant thing, almost part of your DNA. And finally, you have to build a culture that's so unique and so strong that it really binds everyone together. And here's how that looks in the real world. Take the retailer's Selfridges. Their business strategy was to elevate their brand through amazing customer care. So what was the HCM application? They didn't just hope for friendly staff. They built a custom hiring assessment to find people who had these specific behaviors needed to deliver that experience. The business strategy directly shaped a people process. That's the connection. Okay, so you've aligned your people with your strategy. Great. But how do you build the engine to actually bring in and, more importantly, keep the right people? That brings us to our next big area, managing the flow of talent. Which leads to this really important question. If you know where your company is headed, how do you make sure you have the right crew on board for the entire trip? Not just for today, but for all the challenges you're going to face down the road. The answer is to have a real comprehensive talent management system. Now, this isn't just about succession planning for the top executives. It's a whole integrated engine. It connects everything from how you recruit people to how you manage their performance, how you reward them, and how you help them build a career at every single level. And here's the crucial part. None of this is guesswork. HCM runs on hard data. Take something like employee turnover or attrition. We don't just say, oh, it's a shame people are leaving. We measure it. We look at the turnover index, replacement costs, lost productivity. By putting a real dollar amount on the cost of losing an employee, you can build a rock-solid business case for investing in the things that make them stay. Data drives the decisions. This flows perfectly into the next logical step. You've got great people in the door, and you're keeping them. So what's next? Well, you have to keep investing in them to grow their value. And that's where learning and development comes in. But again, HCM thinks about this differently. The old way, the content model, was all about one-size-fits-all training courses. The modern approach, the process model, is about creating an environment where learning is continuous, personalized, just for you, and delivered at the exact moment it's needed, just in time. And of course, you have to measure the impact of that learning. The gold standard for this is Kirkpatrick's 4-level model. It's a simple but really powerful way to think about it. Level 1, did they like the training? Level 2, did they actually learn something? Level 3, are they using it back on the job? And the most important one, Level 4, did the training actually improve business results? And that final question from Kirkpatrick, the one about results, gets us right to the heart of HCM, measuring what truly matters through performance and reward management. As Lawler points out here, it's a simple truth. You can't manage what you don't measure. A good performance management system isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a foundational building block. It's the feedback loop that tells you if your whole HCM strategy is actually working. Because good performance data gives you incredible insight. It's way more than just giving employees a grade. It's a diagnostic tool. It can tell you who's ready for promotion, where your skill gaps are, and ultimately, whether people's behaviors are actually aligned with the company's biggest goals. And this data isn't meant to be locked away in some HR report. The whole point is to get it to the front lines. A fantastic example is Norwich Union. They use a dashboard to put real-time performance data right into the hands of their managers, empowering them to have meaningful, data-backed conversations with their teams every single day. And this data-driven approach, naturally, extends to how you reward people. HCM uses analytics to look at the whole reward system. You can analyze things like pay competitiveness, fairness, how performance pay is distributed. The goal is to make sure your compensation isn't just fair, but that it's actively motivating the behaviors that drive your strategy forward. This brings us to the final, and you could argue the most important piece of the entire puzzle, because all the data and all the strategy in the world is pretty much useless without one key group: your frontline managers.
You know, the research on this is crystal clear. The ultimate success or failure of any people strategy comes down to the frontline leader's ability to take these policies off the page and actually bring them to life with their teams day in and day out.
And that, right there, is the ultimate application of human capital management. It's about empowering those managers. The data and the insights we've been talking about, those are the tools that let a manager shift from being just a task assigner to becoming a true coach who develops people and drives performance. So I'll leave you with this final question to think about. In your organization, are your managers just overseeing a to-do list, or are they truly equipped with the tools and the data they need to be builders of human capital, driving real, tangible business value?